A long time ago, in a far-off land, a young man named Amir lived with his father Khalid in a modest home. They made their living running a small shop, working hard each day to get by. It was just the two of them, relying on each other with no one else to turn to. At night when they sat together, Khalid would share words of wisdom with his son. Amir, life is unpredictable, and death can come at any time. If I'm no longer here, know that you're never truly alone. God is always with you. Run the shop with faith in Him, because the business is just a tool. True success comes from living with purpose. Stay honest, no matter the cost, and treat others with kindness. God will be there for you when no one else is. Amir, feeling uneasy, would respond, "Dad, don't talk like that. If you're gone, what will I do?" Khalid would smile, place a reassuring hand on his son's shoulder and say, "That's what I'm trying to tell you, son. My time will come, but you won't be abandoned if you trust in God. He's your protector, and with faith, you'll never be lost." Amir listened, but a question lingered in his mind. If I work hard, stay honest, and treat people well, why do I need to rely on God? Isn't it all up to me? Doubting his father's advice, he often brushed it off. Little did he know that fate was about to teach him a lesson that would change his life forever. Time moved on, and then came the day Khalid had always warned about. He passed away. Amir was left with no one but God. At the shop, everything reminded him of his father. At home, loneliness greeted him. Alone in the quiet house, his father's words echoed in his heart. Words he'd never taken to heart before. Life without Khalid was hard, but Amir pressed on, keeping busy with work, though the ache of solitude never left him. Months later, Amir had to travel to a distant city to buy goods for the shop at a bargain price, hoping to turn a profit. It was his first long journey without his father, but business demanded it, so he gathered his courage. Unbeknownst to him, this trip would shake his entire worldview. With hope in his heart, he set out on horseback toward the city. The road was long and unfamiliar, yet he believed he'd reach his destination. But as the sun dipped toward the horizon, his confidence wavered. Darkness fell, and exhaustion set in. Worse still, the food and water he'd packed ran out in the barren desert. Hunger and thirst weakened him, and fear began to take hold. This was the moment when God chose to reveal His power. In the stillness of the night, eerie howls echoed from a far-off forest, as if a wild beast were lurking nearby. Amir's horse grew restless, its steps unsteady, sensing danger. He scanned his surroundings, but only endless darkness stared back. Trying to calm himself, he thought, "Just a little further, maybe I'll find a safe place." But the truth was far scarier than he could imagine. As he pressed on, his hunger and thirst grew unbearable. Desperate, he began to wonder, is this where I'm meant to die? There was no shelter, no water, no food. Hunger was bad enough, but thirst tormented him. He urged his horse to gallop, but it soon halted. Traveling in the dark was impossible. Overwhelmed, Amir collapsed onto the ground. Thirst kept sleep at bay. Lying there, his father's words came back to him. "Son, trust in God. He'll be there when no one else is." Clinging to this memory, Amir whispered a prayer. "Oh God, if my father was right, please show me a way to find water and food in this wasteland. You see how hungry and thirsty I am." After praying, he lay still. Moments later, his horse suddenly bolted, startled, and raced off into the night. Frustrated, Amir shouted, "What now?" If the horse escaped, he'd be stranded, so he ran after it. After a short chase, the horse stopped, and Amir grabbed its reins. But now he faced a new problem. He was lost in the dark. With no choice, he walked on slowly. Then a faint light flickered in the distance. Hope sparked in his chest. "I'll rest there for the night." In those days, travelers were often welcomed with food and shelter. With this in mind, he followed the light. As he got closer, he stopped in awe. It wasn't just a house, it was a whole village, with countless homes aglow. Relieved, he thought, surely someone here will take me in. He tied his horse and knocked on a door, only to find it locked. Puzzled, he tried another, then another. All were shut tight. How can an entire village be empty? He wondered, a chill creeping into his heart. Gathering his courage, He headed toward the lone house with light spilling from it. He knocked and a gruff voice called out, "Who's there? What do you want at this hour?" Amir answered, "I'm a traveler, lost on my way from the city. I'm looking for a place to stay." After a pause, the door creaked open. "Come in," the voice said. Amir stepped inside and froze. A man lay on the floor, unable to walk, his legs missing. Amir sat nearby, and the man smiled. "Where are you coming from, traveler, and where are you headed?" Amir shared his story, his mind racing about this strange village and its lone resident. Then, overcome by thirst, he pleaded, "Sir, I'm dying of thirst. Please, can you give me water? I'm starving too." The man replied calmly, "There's no water here, friend. You'll need to head toward that light you see in the distance. Water's there. As for food, God will take care of it." The words struck Amir as odd, but desperation drove him to follow the advice. With weary steps, he trudged toward the distant light. As he neared, he saw an old shack, and from inside came a soft murmur, like someone talking to themselves. Fear gripped him. "What is this place?" he thought. Bracing himself, he called out at the door. A voice replied, "Yes? I bet you're looking for water." Stunned, Amir stammered, "Yes, I need water." The voice said, "Come in." Heart pounding, he entered and sighed in relief. An old man was praying, not some ghostly figure. The man looked up and said gently, "Son, when your faith in God falters, that's when you lose your way." Pointing to a corner, he added, "There's a jug of water. Take it and go." Amir grabbed the jug and started back, the old man's words echoing in his head. How did he know I've doubted God? The thought unsettled him, but he kept walking. Halfway back, he considered drinking the water to ease his thirst, but stopped himself. "That man back there must be thirsty too. It's not far. We can share it." With that, he hurried on. But as he reached the house, he tripped in the dark, crashed into the door and fell. The jug shattered, and the water spilled into the sand. Furious, Amir bit back his anger, muttering to himself as he entered. The man asked softly, "No water?" Amir snapped, "I dropped the jug." Then, exhausted, he said, "Please, if you have any water, just enough to keep me going, I'd be grateful." The man raised his hands and prayed, "Oh God, if this traveler is truly in need, help me help him." Amir's frustration grew, but he stayed quiet, thinking, "What's this guy talking about? No one's coming out here." Then a knock at the door startled him. "Who could that be?" The man smiled. "Whoever it is, they brought you food and water." Amir was speechless. He opened the door, and there stood the old man grinning. "Couldn't even keep one jug safe, huh? Here's water and some food, and I've left water for your horse too. Look after the poor animal." Amir stood frozen. These two spoke as if they knew everything, but hunger and thirst overpowered his curiosity. He drank deeply and ate eagerly. Once his strength returned, questions flooded his mind. He turned to the man and said, "Sir, can I ask you something?" The man replied, "First, pass me some water. I'm parched." Amir quickly handed him the jug, growing more curious about these strange people. Too tired to think, he soon fell asleep. At dawn, he woke to find the man praying. Amir waited quietly until the prayer ended, then said, "Sir, I need answers." The man chuckled, "You're a funny one. God gave you food, water, a new day, yet you didn't pray last night or this morning." Embarrassed, Amir washed and prayed. Then as he loaded his horse to leave, the man called out, "Ask your questions." "Why is this village empty?" Amir asked. "When heavy rains come, the valley floods, so people move to higher ground for a while," the man explained. "Then why stay here?" Amir pressed. The man smiled. "I can't travel, and this is where I worship. I won't leave it." Amir asked, "Who was that old man?" "A good soul," the man said. "He prays through the night and helps those in need." Finally, Amir asked, "How were you so sure help would come?" The man laughed. "Who else do you turn to if not God? You were here one night. I've been here a year, and God has never let me go hungry. Well, except last night, because of you." He added, "Trust God. When you prayed in the desert, your horse ran off. That wasn't bad luck. It was a blessing. The path you were on, no one comes back from there alive. God guided you here. He makes a way whether you're in a desert or anywhere else." As Amir rode on, his father's words rang true. God sees your struggles and lifts them. Trust him, and he'll find you when no one else can. From that day, Amir's faith grew strong, and he faced every challenge with trust in God. This story reminds us that unwavering faith in God brings hope, even in the darkest times. Our plans may falter, but God's wisdom never fails. Every hardship is a lesson, a test, or a path to forgiveness. So hold fast. God sees and hears all,